we're going to go ahead and continue now, and we're going to look at RB Web updates. Okay, the first enhancement is a general enhancement for both sides. You can now enable security for RB Web's logins that forces the users to change their password after a specified number of days. So this is added security. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So we're going to actually switch over to RB8. And in RB8, we're going to click on Tools, go down to Web, and we're going to open up the Site Configurations. So at the bottom down there, we're going to click on the Reset Password tab. And you'll notice at the bottom right here in the Other Options section, this is where you can set the options for enforcing a reset of the password. Okay, so here's your options. Enforce reset password. You can select yes or no. After you guys run the update, this will default to no. If you select yes, this will enable the feature, of course. The duration for the reset password, you can choose between 30, 60, 90, or every 180 days for the length of time a password will be good for before it has to be reset. Last option there is allow same password as current. So yes or no selection. Selecting no will force the user to create a new password when it's time to reset it. Selecting yes will allow the user to use the same password when it's time to reset it. Now always remember, keep in mind, whenever you guys make changes in the site configurations, you always have to click this Save button at the top left. A lot of people forget that. Make sure you save your changes. Okay, resources can now select multiple files when they are uploading during the turn-in process and also in the repository tab for RB Web. When clients are scheduling jobs, or if they're viewing a previously scheduled job in the calendar, they can also upload multiple files at once. Okay, so let's go. We're going to look at some attorney side enhancements. Okay. Clients can now request to confirm jobs from the calendar in RB Web 8. So this, in turn, adds a new job status to the RB 8 system called Request Confirm. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, so we're going to go into RB 8, and the first place we're going to go is under Tools, and we're going down into selecting System Preferences. Now on the Job Status tab here, notice the fourth status there, new one is Request Confirm. So you should pick a color for that status. That way these jobs will stand out in your calendar when a job is set to that particular status. So again, you can pick a custom color here, and you'll go ahead and set it, and that's the color you'll see the text of that particular job appear on the calendar manager in your calendar functions. So we'll go ahead and click OK here. Now, let's go ahead and go to RB Web 8, and we're going to look at how a client can request to confirm a job. So we're going to log in as Lewis. Okay, and so what we'll do here is we're going to click on the Calendar tab. And you can see we actually have a job there for tomorrow, and you can see the status up here. It says new. So actually those little status colors, they're actually, a lot of those icons are different as well, and we added some new ones. Let's go ahead and click on that particular job right there for tomorrow. Okay, so in the job details here at the very top right where the status says new, next to it, you'll see a Request Confirm button. If you click the Request Confirm button, a window will appear where you can set the actual, the confirmed by will be who's logged in with their email address as a confirmation email, and they can leave any remarks if they need to. And once they're ready, they click Save. Okay, so now if you see the job that shows up on their calendar, now it's a little blue icon, and that is Request Confirm. So now that this job has been requested and confirmed to be confirmed through RB Web. Let's see how you guys are notified in RB8 now. So remember, in your RB8 system, if you automatically receive the alerts for the calendar notifications, meaning job schedules, request cancellations, things like that, you'll automatically receive these as well. Here we are in the RB8 Message Center, and you can see we just got a new message right now, and it says RB Web request confirmed job and with the job number. So if you look down here in the details in bright red letters, it says RB Web request confirmed job, and there's your job details down below. And the job number is a link. So if you do click that job number link, it's going to go ahead and open up that job. And if you look at the top right, the status of that job does say request confirmed. So obviously, if they're requesting to confirm the job, we want to go ahead and confirm it. So what you'll do is at the top in your status, where all your status buttons are up there, we'll click on confirm job. And we can say who it was confirmed by and click OK. Let's go ahead and save and close this job, please. Okay, let's look at some reporter side enhancements. You can now create a custom section for additional information you require during the turn-in process. Custom fields can be added to step 1, the job step, and step 2, the witness step of the turn-in. When reporters are turning in jobs through RB Web, in step 2, where they enter the witness information, they can now input whether read and sign is required, and they can set a read and sign date. Now let's go take a look at these. So in RB8, let's switch over to RB8. Let's click on the website configurations tab. We already have it open. There we go. And we're going to click on the custom turn-in form tab. So it's going to be at the very bottom. There we go, last one. Okay, so here you'll see these are the two sections for the custom fields. This is the step 1 at the top, job step. The step 2 at the bottom will be the witness step. This is where you can add your custom fields. Now for the job one, we've already added a couple, but for the witness step, we're going to go ahead and add a couple of custom fields here, okay? Now, the custom sections that can be input, they can be questions that can be answered in the form of text, numbers, yes or no answers from a list of items, and even choosing the date and time. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're in the new custom field here for the witness step, and we'll go ahead and choose data type yes, no. And let's make the field name exhibits. And don't worry about instructions, and we'll leave the default to no. And we'll click OK. Let's add one more. So we'll click New again. And this time we'll go ahead and data type yes, no again. Let's make it simple. Field name, let's make it Rush. And again, default it to no. Click OK. Remember that last step. We have to click Save at the top left. That's the most important part. Okay, let's switch over to RB Web for the reporter side, and let's see what the actual reporter sees during their turn-in process. So we're going to log in as Bill. And let's click on the turn-in. And there should be one job here. There we go, job number 15056. Let's click it. Okay, so now we're in the turn-in process, and this is step 1. So in step 1, the job information section, notice at the very bottom, you have video and other notes. So that was the top custom section from the website configurations. Okay, so you can see yes, no, and enter any notes. Let's go ahead and click Next. Okay, so here's the witness step, where the resource inputs a number of pages normally. And if you look towards the bottom below the notes, you will see our two custom fields for exhibits and Rush. Okay, so those are the two steps in the RB Web turn-in that contain the custom fields. So you can enter a bunch of different questions that you want added. Now, these custom fields, when they're utilized, they will print up on the actual billing sheet, okay, because there's actually no data field that they'll actually tie to in the turn-in process, but they print up on the billing sheet. So remember, when the reporter submits the job, you guys will receive that billing sheet. So when you print it out, you'll be able to see the data they input for those custom fields. Now, since we're still in this particular window here for the witness, if you actually look right here where the mouse pointer's circling, you actually have the fields for whether read and sign is required. So that's the yes/no selection. And over to the right, you have the read and sign dates. Okay, so if read and sign is required. Now, at the very bottom here, you'll notice the files section. This is where usually your reporters, when they're uploading files to you, they would upload the ASCII and exhibits, whatever. And they would normally have to do it one by one. Well, now the whole section has been changed. So if they click Browse here, they can actually highlight multiple files. So in our case, we're going to highlight these 4 exhibits. And we'll click OK, open, excuse me. And now if I scroll down a little bit, see, it automatically lists every file individually. And so if need be, the reporter, they could then choose the file type for each different one. Ours automatically defaults to what we wanted it to. And they could leave a description. And basically from here, they would click Next to continue on with their turn-in. So you can see how it uploads all the files pretty fast there. Okay, so last slide for RB Web turn-in items. And we're just going to mention these. Witness level repository files that are published with access given to all or resources in Office can now be viewed by any resource assigned to that particular job. For example, if you have an editor and they need access to the transcript, for example, you will no longer have to upload those files to the case and or job level repository. You just give them access by assigning them to the job that you assign the reporter to that took the job, and they'll have access to the witness level. In the website configurations, you can now set a day's limit on when resources can request time off in RB Web. That way they cannot request time off when it's too close to the actual job date. So that, again, is all the material we're going to cover for the actual demonstrations. Again, the full list will be available when we send out the notifications after the conference is complete.